Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, celebrating Father's Day the only way we know how, by bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Have you ever gotten the feeling that Mother's Day is celebrated with more fanfare and emotion than Father's Day is? It's that way for a reason, folks, because generally from the time that Mother expects a bun in the oven to the time that that bun comes out of the oven, she does more of the heavy lifting than soon-to-be dads do, which is why on Mother's Day we're all like, "Dear Mom, thank you so much for all that you give us. We shall be forever grateful." And if a dad just like, "Hey Dad, thanks for being a great dad. Now, let's eat." Is it fair? Well, depending on your family circumstances, maybe, maybe not. But it is something, and something's better than nothing. So how about we meet in the middle, and meet around the grill, with the earliest issue of Food Network magazine I ever bought and reviewed. This is the dual month, June and July 2009 issue that I picked up back in 2016 for 99 cents out of a retail price of $3.99. Requisite in every FNM issue we have, recipes and features from the stars, including the Torvita Garten's home kitchen, which also serves as the quote-unquote studio for almost all of her barefoot contested shows on Food Network. The NEELYS Father's Day brunch on the grill, and Bobby Flay's favorite cheeseburger. Make that one of 4 favorite cheeseburgers. And my all-time favorite, the LA Burger from Bobby's Burger Palace. We'll get to that feature momentarily. Plus, it's a throwback to a review that I performed many years ago at a Bobby's Burger Palace. Speaking of which, we have a summer grilling guide, plus a guide to the ultimate burger in every state. 50 states, 50 burgers, 1 burger in every great state in this union. All adding up to 117 new recipes for any night of the week, with 50 cool drinks in a recipe booklet, and a story on how a producer of Simply Delicioso with Ingrid Hoffman, the book of hers I have reviewed and will link below, lost 50 pounds walking with Ingrid. Wowzers. For the record, you can turn food from this issue into a fully loaded hot dog. That would be the ultimate way to say, meeting in the middle once again, thank you, or thanks a bunch to your dad, if you don't want to show too much emotion. Horseradish mustard and Olive Garden breadstick, which is their knockoff of Olive Garden's signature breadsticks, which I absolutely adore. Bacon, coleslaw, and hot dogs. On pages 142, 78, 70, 64, and 72, all these components coming together to make the ultimate Father's Day hot dog as far as I'm concerned. So you can look at those respective pages to find those components, but for right now, for this review, we better get to a behind-the-scenes guide to the next Food Network star, from the casting and audition process, to the contestants' living quarters, and the first challenge. For this first challenge, the contestants have to cater an 80-guest Sweet 16 party. Now that is no easy feat. The contestants for this season of the next Food Network star, you can find all 10 of them right here. And of course, the winner being Melissa the Arabian. Her prize, the Keller, Texas native, was the host of $10 dinners and the author of the book of the same name, which that review will be linked below as well. Basically, that makes her the Alexandra Hamilton of the kitchen. You know, Alexander Hamilton, face of the $10 bill. That $10 bill coming in mighty handy for Melissa, who made a Frenchman. Moving on to the real Burger King, Bobby Flay, or Flavor Flay, as I call him. Burgers, if badly made, do get a bad rap, but not when Flavor Flay is in the house. Bobby Flay has 3 new burger joints. 3! A new burger cookbook, that would be burgers, fries, and steaks. I own that, I reviewed that, and yes, that review is below as well. And lucky for us, all the secrets to building, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 perfect burgers, all coming from his Burger Palace. The Burger Palace I've been to was the one at Bergentown Outlets in Paramus, and my favorite was the LA Burger. I swapped for chicken in lieu of beef. I'm not a red meat guy as of yet. That LA Burger with avocado relish, watercress, tomato and cheese, plus a Philly burger, his take on a Philly cheesesteak, along with a Dallas burger and a Cheyenne burger, are all featured in here. in recipes that are not really straightforward in instructions. They're at a step-by-step in an unusual way, but still one that's pretty easy to follow. I mean, you don't need ingredient amounts for toppings for a burger. Come on, just put on what fits. With regard to the perfect patty, he does give you instructions for making that, because that really is the foundation for all 4 of these delicious looking burgers, including my favorite, the LA burger. And not just because of the name, it was because of the first time that I ever had a recipe that was outside of my particular taste buds. It worked beautifully. The avocado relish, the watercress, the tomato, the cheese, and the grilled chicken patty in lieu of a beef patty. At least for me anyway. There's also a recipe for homemade barbecue sauce for the Dallas burger, and to put alongside, grilled sweet potatoes with lime and cilantro. Those are grilled sweet potato wedges and a double chocolate marshmallow milkshake. All recipes in this article coming from his book Burgers, Fries, and Shakes, which I did review on site at Bobby's Burger Palace in Paramus. I've been there many times before it ultimately and sadly closed down for good because of, that's right kids, the coronavirus! Screw you, COVID! What delicious, delicious memories. And now we move on to the main event for this review, Dad's Day Off. Gina Neely and the girls give Pat a break and cook a down-home Father's Day breakfast. Right on the grill. That's right, for our dear old dads, it's buns on the grill with a spinach salad with grilled pizzas, pineapple orange mimosas, a French toast spaghetti with grilled bananas, grilled steak and eggs with beer and molasses sauce, and a frozen lemonade pie. All recipes can be found in the Down Home with the NEELYS cookbook. I have that, I reviewed that, and you know what? Simply put, every book that's been mentioned in here, I reviewed, and they'll all be in the links below. Trust me. We also have a lovely story about how Pat Neely, former spouse of Gina Neely, both of them sharing daughters, Spencer and Selby, loves to celebrate Father's Day his way, with a little help from the girls. Married or divorced, Spencer, Selby, and Gina will always be the most important women in his life. Of course, next to his mom and grandma, of course. 50 states, 50 burgers. F&M hit the road to find the one burger you absolutely have to try in every state in the union. To name America's best burger would be cause for visceral condemnation. Never mind the debate. Because there really is no such thing as the best burger in America, so they decided to take the high road and take one really high road trip to check out one burger from each state of the union to deem it that state's best. So here we have a map of the US with all the burgers and the restaurants listed. And in the following pages, we have here a photo of each burger, the burger's name, the restaurant it originates from, a short story about the burger and its toppings and its history. We have here the restaurant's address and phone number, and websites if applicable, if they are nationwide or somewhat nationwide. Like Winstead's in Kansas with their steak burger, and for California, their double at In-N-Out burger. That looks scrumptious, and that looks definitely classic. For Connecticut, it's Ted's Steamed Cheeseburger at the place that it most definitely originated from. It might be old hat for the people of Connecticut, but if you never had a steamed cheeseburger before, this is a great place to try it. I just wish they offered recipe knockoffs for some of the recipes. I understand if they couldn't do it all, but I wish there was some recipe knockoffs in here. Oh, for Hawaii, we have the Loco Moco from the Hukilau Cafe. For the uninitiated, this is definitely breakfast for dinner. It's a beef patty topped with a fried egg and gravy on top of rice. Moving on to New York and New Jersey, because those are the two states that I hold close to my heart. In my home state, we have the best cheeseburger in the world on stage left. It definitely looks classic and basic, but it actually has scraps of pricey steak from the fancy side of the restaurant mixed into the Angus beef patties. That's 5 Livingston Avenue, New Brunswick, 732-828-4444. That's the phone number. And, one last thing that all the burgers feature here, depending if they're nationwide or not, prices for each burger. For New York, it's their classic cheeseburger at the Burger Joint, $7.50, La Parker Meriden Hotel, 119th West 56th Street, 212-708-7414. And again, for stage left, because I didn't read that phone number correctly, 732-828-4444, 444. There you go. So which burger is your favorite? If you've been to any of these restaurants and had any of these burgers, let me know. And finally, Food Network stars share their top burger spots. Way's Place for Michael Simon in Kent, Ohio, that's his native state. Perry's for Tyler Florence in San Francisco. Sonny Anderson selects National Coney Island in Detroit, which, contrary to popular belief, is the birthplace of the Coney dog, not Coney Island in New York. Although I love Coney Island. Haven't been there in a while. Bobby Flay likes J.G. Mellon, that's in New York City, that's his native tough, that's his home tough. Grace in Los Angeles for Duff Goldman, the BLT Burger for Kat Cora, again in New York City, and again in LA for Adam Gutler, Father's Office. How pretty of a name is that? So we have your weekday and weekend cooking recipes in here, and a few other special features including viewer feedback, and beginning with this issue, nutritional information for all of the weekday cooking recipes. Plus a he-made, she-made section, putting 2 hot dogs from 2 Food Network stars against each other. Oh, and how about that? Ingrid Hoffman with a step-by-step photographic guide to making homemade tamales. I gotta give Ingrid a shout-out for giving me a shout-out on Instagram when I tagged her in my secondhand snapshot of the Simply Delicioso cookbook, which really is what it's called, Simply Delicioso. And the same can proudly be said for this. It gets all 5 claps. Yes, this thing is 13 years old, but one look at this and hopefully one taste of any of the recipes and you'll understand why it hasn't lost its relatability, practicality, or timeliness, or overall deliciousness. As I said, something is better than nothing for Father's Day, and in this instance, what better way could there be to say thanks a lot to your dear old dad than with a Frosty in one hand, Wiltons or a spatula in another, flipping burgers away for the man who does a lot more than you might think. So to my dad, Peter Sesko Sr., to my stepdad, David Rodriguez, and to all the dads and father figures out there, happy Father's Day from all of us at TSR. Food Network Magazine is truly something else for doing something rather than nothing.
Hello guys, it's David Romero. I'm gonna be famous.
Guys, we are going to Connecticut again. A lot of fun coming our way, and so stay tuned.
Thanks for watching TSR. Now to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the thrift side.